First Amendment. The First Amendment safeguards the rights of individuals to voice their opinions, practice any faith or none at all, report on events, gather for peaceful purposes, and appeal to the government for changes without fear of punishment. It lays the groundwork for democracy and personal freedoms, guaranteeing the essential liberties of speech, religion, press, assembly, and petition. Second Amendment. The Second Amendment upholds the right to own and carry firearms, giving individuals the ability to protect themselves, defend their homes, and engage in recreational activities. It reinforces the idea of self-defense and collective security within a free state, reflecting the historical significance of militias and individual rights. Third Amendment. The Third Amendment ensures that citizens cannot be forced to house soldiers during peacetime without their consent. Rooted in grievances from the colonial era under British rule, this amendment emphasizes the value of privacy and property rights in a free society. Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment shields individuals from unwarranted searches and seizures. It requires law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause, protecting personal privacy and security while balancing individual rights with the needs of public safety. Fifth Amendment. The Fifth Amendment offers multiple legal protections, including protection against self-incrimination, assurance of due process, prohibition of double jeopardy, and fair compensation when private property is taken for public use. It plays a critical role in safeguarding personal freedoms and property rights within the justice system. Sixth Amendment. The Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to a prompt and fair trial. It allows defendants to be informed of charges, confront their accusers, call witnesses in their defense, and have legal representation. This amendment is vital to maintaining justice and fairness in criminal trials. Seventh Amendment. The Seventh Amendment preserves the right to a jury trial in civil cases involving disputes over money or property. It highlights the importance of juries in preventing arbitrary decisions and protecting individual rights within the legal system. Eighth Amendment. The Eighth Amendment prohibits excessive bail, excessive fines, and cruel or unusual punishments. It ensures fairness and proportionality in penalties, reflecting society's commitment to justice and humane treatment. Ninth Amendment. The Ninth Amendment acknowledges that the listing of specific rights in the Constitution does not mean that other rights do not exist. It protects freedoms that are not explicitly mentioned, affirming that individuals have more liberties than those specifically outlined. Tenth Amendment. The Tenth Amendment emphasizes that any powers not given to the federal government or prohibited to the states are reserved for the states or the people. This amendment reinforces the principle of federalism, limiting federal authority while protecting state and individual sovereignty. 11th Amendment. The 11th Amendment restricts individuals from suing states in federal court without their consent. This amendment addresses concerns about state immunity and maintains a balance of power between state and federal governments. 12th Amendment. The 12th Amendment revises the presidential election process by requiring separate ballots for the president and vice president. This change was made to avoid confusion and ensure a smoother and more efficient election process. 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery and involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime. This marked a historic turning point by formally ending slavery and reaffirming the nation's commitment to individual freedom and human rights. 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment grants citizenship to all individuals born or naturalized in the U.S., guarantees equal protection under the law, and extends civil rights to all, including former slaves. It has played a pivotal role in shaping civil rights protections and defining citizenship. 15th Amendment. The 15th Amendment ensures that the right to vote cannot be denied based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. While this amendment expanded voting rights for men of all races, its enforcement faced significant challenges, making it a key issue in future voting rights debates. 16th Amendment. The 16th Amendment empowers the federal government to collect income taxes without apportionment among states based on population. This became a critical source of revenue for funding public services and infrastructure. 17th Amendment. The 17th Amendment introduces the direct election of U.S. senators by state voters, enhancing democratic governance and ensuring greater accountability to the public. 18th Amendment. The 18th Amendment initiated prohibition, banning the production, sale, and transport of alcohol. While it aimed to improve social conditions, it led to unintended consequences, such as illegal trade, highlighting the challenges of legislating morality. 19th Amendment. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote, marking a milestone in the fight for gender equality and recognizing women's suffrage as a cornerstone of democracy. 20th Amendment. The 20th Amendment adjusts the dates for the start of presidential, vice presidential, and congressional terms. It also addresses presidential succession, ensuring a smoother and more efficient transition of power. 21st Amendment. The 21st Amendment repealed prohibition, ending the nationwide ban on alcohol and allowing states to regulate its use. This decision reflected the practical need to address the failures of the earlier prohibition policy. 22nd Amendment. The 22nd Amendment limits presidents to 2 terms in office. This formalized restriction was a response to Franklin D. Roosevelt's 4-term presidency, ensuring regular leadership renewal. 23rd Amendment. The 23rd Amendment grants residents of Washington, D.C. the right to participate in presidential elections, giving them a voice in the democratic process. 24th Amendment. The 24th Amendment eliminates poll taxes in federal elections, removing financial barriers to voting and advancing civil rights for low-income citizens. 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment clarifies procedures for presidential succession and addressing presidential disability. It ensures the executive branch remains stable and functional during times of incapacity. 26th Amendment. The 26th Amendment lowers the voting age to 18, recognizing the maturity and responsibilities of younger adults, particularly those serving in the military, and expanding democratic participation. 27th Amendment. The 27th Amendment ensures that changes to congressional salaries take effect only after the next election. This promotes accountability and prevents legislators from immediately benefiting from their own decisions.